Psychology is defined as the science of mental life. In a mental life, we all have vision about ourselves, who we are and whom we want to be. In a mental life, a winner sees things differently than everyone else. So what exactly is the mental science of a winner? The psychology of a winner is about the right perceptions, attitudes of how we can look at something, like challenges, for example, and believing the fact that it is achievable to overcome any obstacles. So let me give you an example. What happens when you look at Mount Everest from its foothill? It appears to be gigantic and almost impossible to climb. Even though you desire to be on top of the peak, you cannot see the peak. You look so negligible and so minute. The fact that it is millions of tons heavier and taller makes you feel lost in its presence. Now, this is what I call valley vision. Now, when you look around, everything around you will look the same, or maybe even bigger than you. The unending path to the top, the big snow boulders, the tall pine trees, and the strong, cool breeze aggravates your fear about the journey to the top. From the valley vision, everything looks like an impossible feat. But now let's shift planes for a moment. Imagine yourself on the tip of Everest. Now look down, look around you. How is the view from the top? Everything looks so small. Even the very presence of Everest isn't considered to be scary. It's peaceful out here. The path to the top is now clearly visible. Everything looks so small from here that a lot of miniature creatures at the bottom are almost invisible. You feel bigger, better. Everything is at your feet now. The accomplishment of being at the peak, the view from the peak, the serenity that accessorizes the beauty. God, everything is so surreal. Is there a better feeling than this? You not only experience the achiever's joy, you're also cascaded by the warmth of life, and you have attained the epitome of humility. This is the eureka moment. Your presence on the top of the world geographically talks about your success to the world and your journey wherein which you have climbed all those big boulders, reached beyond the heights of pine trees, and cut through the cold, strong winds with your willpower, and has given you the fulfillment. The physical differentiation is completely negligible. This whole process was just amazing. Now this is what I call the peak vision, looking at life's challenges and opportunities from a peak point that everything looks small and achievable. Now don't you want to experience this? Don't you want to absorb every moment of your success journey? Doesn't your soul crave for this fulfillment? I bet it does. And the psychology of a winner is about thinking from the top, thinking from the end. Now, on the contrary, the loser thinks from the bottom, sees everything from the foothill, the valley vision. If you want to develop the psychology of a winner, if you ever want to master the mental science attached to it, then always, no matter how big your problems are, how impossible your goal may appear, always remember to view it from the top. Have the peak vision. Now let's connect this peak vision with some grounded reality. Most often, we have a vision, a goal, or dream to achieve something, and most often, we fall for the mediocrity of viewing it from the valley. Valley vision is the view from the bottom. This happens when you think from the problem. When you think from the problem or the obstacle, the end is not clear as the problem stands out like big boulders, tall pine trees between you and the end result. The fear that builds inside you every time you look at the obstacles, it blinds your vision from achieving, and eventually you lose hope. At this point, most of the people give up on their dreams. They lose the willingness to try just once more. When the incomplete tasks get piled on one after another, we make a mountain out of a molehill, and the obstacles look bigger and taller than Mount Everest. We get stuck in time, and that's how we get stressed about our tasks. Now, on the other side of this, people with peak vision always emerge as winners. They accomplish their dreams, and they always finish strong. Peak vision is the vantage point from the top. It's all about thinking from the end. Here you become bigger than your problem, as your mind already feels that it's accomplished its goal. A person with peak vision is under composure as they have faith in themselves, their abilities, and always believe in their dreams. They're cool under pressure. The path to the top, the ways to overcome your obstacles, the fortitude to override the hindrances is derived from the faith and through your sense of destiny. And this can only happen when you think from the end result. For this, your mind, body, and soul should be in complete coherence. When a person with peak vision sets the goal to climb onto the top of Everest, his soul already rests on the top. That's how he can have a clear vision of the path to the top. He already feels the sense of achievement. He then uses his mind to direct his body to get to the top. He'll use the right strategies to do this, and his mind can only see the tip of the peak and not the obstacles which can stop him. Now his mind accelerates the body to take action and move forward, so his body will execute the strategies developed by his mind. It is very clear that a person with peak vision has a synchronized mind, body, and soul. It's in sync to work towards the common goal and achieve the same purpose. Eventually, the vision, thoughts, and actions are also in sync with one another, and as a result, a peak visionary achieves the impossible.